So a little bit about us. We've evolved over the years. Biostar Organics was our first organization. We've thus since expanded to Diacom USA, Biostar Technology International. We are staffed with different health professionals that we have associations with. And part of that practice is to help people with their illnesses. I've been doing that since 2009, and I've been incorporating my previous background in technology into the health field. So we're constantly trying to debunk a lot of things that are out there that are using weird terminology, proprietary information. So most of you are interested in learning about the field of bioresonance. We're going to talk about bioresonance and bioenergy. One of the big questions that everybody endeavors to do is find their way to health. And usually it's when people get off of this path that illness brings about the seeking of new knowledge. So illness is not a bad thing. It's not what most people are going to agree with. As a matter of fact, when you start working with us, you will find that illness is a necessary part of the development of your mind and body. So are we desensitized, or is PTSD a new normal? And so in order for everyone to understand that, we're going to take you through a series of introductions, classes, presentations on technology, so that you would get a better understanding on this concept of helping others. We are about root cause analysis. We want to make sure that we understand what is the root symptoms of the body that have developed symptoms. And pain is the greatest teacher. Pain will make you do things that you didn't want to do in the first place. We are bound in physics by the laws of matter. We exist in a solid, more or less solid form, and we can only exist in a certain range. Therefore, all of our health exists in a certain range. All of our functions of our body exist in a certain range. What eludes us is the range that exists outside of our physical realm, and that's where we get into the infrared and the ultraviolet, the ultra-high frequencies and ultra-low frequencies. It's three-dimensional. We have the wavelength and we have the magnetic field, and when you combine those two, you can see that there is a type of spin that happens. Well, everyone is really a bioenergetic practitioner, whether or not you are doing kinesiology, whether you're doing testing with a different type of device, you're most of the time reading the body's energy. And that includes people who are using intuition in their practice, Reiki. You're all bioenergetic practitioners. So your choice, the choices that you must present to your clients is how to get them on the path to health. And you need technology. You need the right information in order for you to make the right recommendations. And that's why we are using a technology that is what we consider mainstream. Mainstream technology means that it's been around for quite some time, it's gone through the test of time, and it still exists today. Okay, so energy follows the path of least resistance. So the side effect or the symptom is that the energy flows, it encounters resistance. And blockage is too definite a term, so it requires the energy to deviate from its original path into another location. Electricity seems to bridge the gap between the lifeless world and the living matter. Electricity is one of the fundamental factors in all living systems, just as it is in the non-living world. Looking at this graph, this is actually where the speed of light, the velocity of the frequency is happening that we're talking about today. All NLS technology is going to be about the headphones. The headphones are the primary scanning component of the technology. So if you learn to read the graph, you're reading a spectrogram. You're reading the light that the body has emitted. So if anybody's studied about chakras, chakras have different colors, different frequency ranges. It's no different than what we have already scanned inside of the body. So we're looking at the biofield. We're seeing whether or not a person has a biomagnetic issue with the body. So NLS technology can also read the biofield and represent it in a graphical form. And it's a measurement tool that we are developing and we're working on. People have questions about a device. We're going to talk about this device because we have the most flexibility in adding supplements in development. But there are many devices that exist out there that are just as good. They have different types of certification and classifications. In order to learn this device, we teach it in 3 different levels. We teach a basic class, an advanced class, and an expert class. And now what we have found is that when you take the expert class, we're going to stay with you. It's a year-long mentoring program. We're going to stay with you the entire year that you have the device. We're going to meet with you and we're going to go over your scans and we're going to make sure that you understand how to use the device. We're refining our process, our learning process, because everybody has different ways of learning. So we feel that when you do the class, you must have, we must stay with you for an entire year. So part of what we're doing is we're doing these 3 classes. What we've added on to our service profile is that we are offering the basic class that comes with the device. We're going to have a workshop in between. We're going to have the advanced class that happens. We'll have another workshop after that. And then we're going to have an additional 10 months of mentoring. We're going to stay with you for the entire year until you're comfortable using your device with your clients. Now, most of the devices out there don't have this level of commitment with the devices because the body, like I said, is complex. We feel that everything that you need to learn are going to be in these 2 devices, but then when you start to really get out there, everybody has a unique set of individuals that they're going to be working with, and we understand that. And that's why we want to bridge the gap between using a device for your practice and actually your practice being very successful. We want your practice to be successful because you have the tools that are necessary to provide the analysis that is missing in your practice. Because that in which you cannot discover, you don't know about, therefore your analysis is a much weaker analysis than that with a rich amount of data. The waste is what makes us sick. The waste is what creates cancer, not the parasites themselves. So by using frequency therapy, we're just kind of creating, or the Rife concept, we're creating a condition in the body in which we need to be prepared for. These features are included in the device. We can send a plant therapy. People have asked, like, how can I send remedies that you can send into the cup to a person? So we can, at this moment, send frequency therapy of the stones or frequency therapy of plants back over methatherapy. What is the limitation of allergy testing and food testing in all of the devices? Once you get SMAD, you'll have access to deliver frequencies like vitamins and minerals to the body, muscle performance, libido enhancement. But more importantly, if we want the body to spontaneously regenerate, you will want to, we do training all over the world. If you want us to come out to a specific location, we can provide that to you. We have additional classes. We're going to teach you face reading. They all have a purpose. All of these classes are going to make you better in not only in your practice, but it's also going to integrate with all of our systems and all of our devices. We have video websites. We want people to learn. There's a lot of free videos on those websites, NLS Biofeedback and Blood Type Diet. We're expanding that more. And we make now our own line of supplements that are available to practitioners. Remind everyone that our face reading class is coming up next week. Whole other format is not very technical. And if you want to email us, this is the information, or contact us.